Bipolar disorder in children and adolescents. Bipolar disorder is a complicated condition that can be very difficult to diagnose, especially in children and adolescents. In children, many of the symptoms of bipolar disorder, irritability, rage, hyperactivity, are often mistaken for other disorders such as attention deficit disorder, ADD. In adolescents, many of the symptoms, irritability, emotional outbursts, are mistaken for adolescent moodiness. So, how do you know if someone's bipolar or just plain moody? It can be hard to tell, but generally, adolescent moodiness is milder and less dramatic than the highs and lows of bipolar disorder. In bipolar disorder, the symptoms of mania include increased physical and mental activity and energy, heightedness, mood, and exaggerated optimism and self-confidence, excessive irritability, aggressive behavior, decreased need of sleep without experiencing fatigue, grandiose delusions, inflated sense of self-importance, racing speech, racing thoughts, flight of ideas, impulsiveness, poor judgment, distractibility, reckless behavior, and in most severe cases, delusions and hallucinations. I remember thinking I can do anything. I don't care what anyone says. This wasn't mad. This was strong. It was a feeling of being king, and no one could stop me. You have this really good feeling, even if you know it's wrong. You have this really good feeling, and this tension which lifts you up and everything, so you think you can do anything, like mouthy things and or being mean to everybody, but you think you can get away with it. Ella 12. In bipolar disorder, the symptoms of depression include prolonged sadness or unexplained crying spell, significant changes in appetite and sleep patterns, irritability, anger, worry, agitation, anxiety, pessimism, indifference, loss of energy, persistent lethargy, feeling of guilt, worthlessness, inability to concentrate, indecisiveness, inability to take pleasure in former interests, social withdrawal, unexplained aches and pains, recurring thoughts of death or suicide. Warning: any thoughts or talk of suicide must be taken seriously. If you are feeling suicidal, you must find someone to talk to now. If your friend is talking about suicide, you need to get the help of an adult right away. This is not something you should deal with on your own. Don't keep it to yourself, even if your friend has asked you not to tell anyone. Better to have an angry friend than a dead one. Don't keep it a secret. A lot of times when I am depressed, I am suicidal. But it's suicidal in a different kind of way, because I would never actually kill myself. It's more like I wish something awful would happen to me, like I would get hit by a car and killed or something, so that people wouldn't count me as some statistics for teenagers who take their own lives. Season 19. Genetic risk in bipolar disorder. Children with one parent who suffers from bipolar disorder has a 10 to 30% chance of developing the condition. Having a sibling with bipolar disorder means a 20% risk. If both parents have bipolar disorder, the risk can be as high as 75%. About 90% of people who have bipolar disorder have at least one relative with a mood disorder.